What's up, everyone? Welcome to phase 5.3. This is going to be your linear day. We're going to start off pretty similar way we've been doing. Foam roll in the quads, foam roll in the hip flexors. So that TFL, if I'm finding that bony process right here on that hip, you need to rotate that foot in and out. Right below that, about 2 fingers, just feel a muscle moving. Make sure we hit that. So that's going to get real tight anytime we're doing hip flexing movements, which is what we're doing today. So we're going to go from there. Then we're going to do something new called kneeling quad. So this is another stretch right here. Really working on that deep flexion. So I want you to tuck your toes under right here, and then we're gonna think about sitting back, getting your butt down as low as you can go. If you can't get it down to your heels, that's totally fine. Coming back up. We're gonna do 10 of those, all right? So we're coming all the way down, working on stretching those knees with some flexion, coming back up, and then we're taking it next into our bear crawl. So 10 of those, then 2 sets of 10 for the bear crawl, same way we've been doing it. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees under the hips, toes tucked under. Get those knees to lift up, nice small steps. And we're gonna go backwards for 10. So 10 forward, 10 back. Keep that core super engaged. Make sure you're not dropping those hips from side to side. All right, continuing down that same line of linear progressions, getting the knee warmed up. We're gonna start off by working on some of the hamstrings and glutes, making sure we can extend those hips. So we're gonna do a single leg bridges. We've done these before. We're gonna add a 5-second pause at the top, all right? So one foot's on the ground, I'm driving through my heel. The further I have my heel out, the more it's gonna attack my hamstring, so you can kind of figure out how far out you want to go. I want you to feel this in the back of the leg, okay? So pushing all the way up, making sure we're straight from the shoulder to the knee. Pause in 5 seconds, coming back down. We're just gonna do 5 reps right there. Again, making sure we're squeezing this butt, firing those hips all the way through. So we're really trying to focus on that hip extension, so getting those hips all the way through. Keep that stuff nice and loose right there in the front of the hips. Next, we're gonna work on some of that deep knee flexion. So we're doing those deep lunges again. So big, deep forward lunge, stepping forward, drive those knuckles to the ground. As you see, my knee is going past my toe. That's totally fine in sports, in a lot of life. A lot of times you're gonna get in positions where that knees go in different directions, right? We wanna build some strength in those positions. So if you're ever in this position, you know, your body's been there before, it doesn't freak out and collapse or anything. So we're just going forward, working on that deep flexion, side to side. We're gonna go 10 on each. Just get things loosened up there, okay? Next one, knee hug to a lunge. So now, we're not doing that deep lunge anymore, but we're getting that flexion at the top. So we're gonna go up, hugging that knee, up on your toe, down in the lunge, coming back up. Okay, so hugging that knee, up on your toe, don't fall over like I did. Lunge, going back up. 10 each side. Finally on this section, taking into our chicken walks. The famous or infamous chicken walks. Hands on your hips, working on that knee extension now. So, good posture, knee up, kick that foot out, squeeze that quad. Okay, I like to have shorts on when I'm doing this with people so I can see their quad contracting, all right? There's something to be said for watching your muscle contract when you do this kind of stuff. You're gonna get a little bit more force out of it, okay? So really working on that contraction, kicking that foot out as far as you can to get that active extension. All right, moving on to our movement skills section of the warm-up today. Grab something about 5 to 10 pounds, or if you don't have anything, just a stick overhead will work. But we're gonna work on those overhead marches, all right? So we're working on good posture here. Hands up overhead, sort of locked out up above the ears. I'm bringing this knee up 90 degrees, that toe, those shoelaces are pointed up towards the ceiling, right? And that foot is gonna strike down right under my hip. So you can do it in place if you want to, or you get moving forward, all right? So again, that foot is gonna hit right in that front 2/3 of that foot, heels off the ground a little bit. We're keeping this up overhead, 2 sets of 10 yards. Next, we're gonna go into what I call marching switches. So, same thing, good posture, shoulders are back, keeping that toe up, that knee up. All we're gonna do is switch, come back forward and switch, come back forward and switch. So we're just doing the same marching, we're just getting a pause in between. And that pause doesn't need to be a certain amount of time. I just want you to control that so you're not falling over from side to side, all right? My foot that's on the ground when I do this, that heel's up off the ground a little bit so I can get a piece of paper under it. Most of that pressure is in the front part of my foot, all right? We're gonna do 1 set of 10 yards, and then we're taking it on to switching with like a 3 count, okay? So next one is just switch right here. So it's 1, 2, 3, hold, 1, 2, 3, hold. Going through another 10 yards. I want 2 rounds of those 3 touches though, all right? Finally, for the skips, we're gonna take it to the floating skips. So these ones, if you're doing pogos, which if you haven't done pogos with me, it's gonna be like jumping rope without a jump rope. So nice and easy, right? We're gonna be doing these, a good way to start is with those pogos, and then with both feet hit the ground, one foot is gonna pop up into that start position right there, all right? So right here, both feet hip, one foot pops up into that 90-degree position. Watch that arm swing and that separation. Again, knee up, toe up, shoelaces up, okay? We got two more things to do. So we're gonna do bounds, and then we're gonna do double bounds here. So for the bounds, starting off in this start position right here, I'm gonna think about driving as far as I can, land on one foot, drive as far as I can, land on the other foot. The thing about a bound is you're jumping from one foot to the opposite foot. So the way I've described this to people before in the past is you're running and you're thinking about taking a picture when you're in the air, right? So we're trying to cover more ground with this running. And ideally, this is what your first couple steps are during acceleration. It'll look something like this. So I want you to do 2 rounds, 15 yards there. Then we're gonna do a double bounce. So we're gonna go left, left, so it's actually a hop because you're going from one leg to the same leg, and then you're bounding to that right leg. So it'll be left, left, right, right, left, left, right, right. Just go through that 4 times like that, and we'll do 3 rounds. So it'll look like something similar to this. Make sure we're covering some ground there. First couple ones, if you need to get the rhythm down, totally fine. I want you doing 3 rounds of 4 sets of hops on each side, all right? Finally today, we're gonna be working on our plyos. So to get started with the plyos, we're gonna work on some single leg pogos. So I talked about pogos before. Pogos are gonna be like jumping rope without a jump rope. So nice and easy off the ground, mainly a lot of ankles, a little bit of knee bend, low ground contact time, and low flight time, right? So with this one, we're actually gonna do single leg, okay? So I'm gonna have my hands on my hips to start. All I'm doing, nice and easy. I'm gonna go through 15 times each foot, trying to be as quick off the ground as you can. Let's do 2 sets of 15 on each side, all right? Take your time in between these. I want you to think about being quick off the ground, like I said. So next one, single leg counter movement jump to a stick. So single leg jump right here, and we're gonna stick the landing. So we're just going down, up, stick. Don't let that knee cave in. I don't want that knee going like that, all right? So keep everything stacked over that knee. Make sure we're getting a bend so we're using our muscle to absorb everything, okay? So again, single leg jump, stick, reset. Working on those landings, okay? I don't care how high you can jump if you can't stop yourself or slow yourself down. So along those same lines, find a box, a step, whatever, that's gonna be a little bit higher than you can jump. So if I can jump off one leg, let's say 6 to 8 inches, we're gonna find a box that's, 10 to 12 inches, okay? So a little bit higher than you can jump. And this is gonna allow you to kind of super compensate and absorb a little bit more load than you would from that counter movement jump we just did, okay? So let's assume this is a little higher than I can jump with one leg. I'm gonna step off and just stick that landing. So hopping off, stick, come back up, walk back around. 2 sets of 5 each side, stick, reset. Finally, we're gonna do our single leg depth jumps. Same size box, if not a little lower. If you're struggling with that last one, I either wouldn't do this next one or I would lower the box a little bit, okay? But I want you to be quick off the ground. So if you feel like you're being a bug hit by a window on the ground, just splatting on the ground, then again, lower that box. So I'm hopping off right here, quick off the ground, jump up, stick, reset. Same thing. Quick off the ground, jump up, stick, reset. 2 sets of 5 there as well.